farmers are great stewards of the environment, and around 95% of all dairy farms are family-owned and family-operated.
So welcome to the Milking Our Dairy Farm. Cheers.
Cheers.
Salut.
Salut.
Values, commitment, dedication, leadership. These are just a few of the virtues that help shape Florida's dairy industry.
Our cows don't work for us. We work for our cows. I mean, we have cows, if they need something done on a Sunday morning at 10:30 or a Saturday night at 2:30, you know, we make that happen. It's a generational business that luckily our kids want to be involved and pursue it.
We're very fortunate to have raised our family on the farm, and it's just a lifestyle that we just really, truly enjoy, and hope one day we will have grandchildren that will grow up on the farm just like our children did.
There are over 120,000 dairy cows in the state of Florida alone. Together, they produce about 300 million gallons of nutritious milk each year.
Today, since 2007, it's documented that we use 30% less land, 21% less water to produce. We're actually producing more milk per cow. And I do a little illustration. When we have a tour on the farm, my grandfather, he sold milk in 10-gallon cans. And at that time, in 1944, it took 5 cows to fill a 10-gallon can. Today, in 2020, on our farm this past week, it took 1 cow to fill that can.
This marsh on the Rux family farm is a great example of how water can be captured and reused to conserve natural resources.
In 2005, I believe, we gave up 100 acres of land that we actually had cattle on this farm, and we created our own little, if you want to per se, wetland or filter marsh. So, you know, in the dry season, we can use that water for irrigation, and in the wet season, when it's raining a lot, we're pumping that water in. So we're not using any water out of the aquifer. The win-win is, in my eyes, we've created a phenomenal area for all types of wildlife. I mean, multiple alligators, all types of birds.
And with some help from technology, Florida dairy farmers today are combining new ideas with generations of commitment so that families throughout the Sunshine State can have nutritious, delicious milk. How the cattle are fed is a great example of this.
You can see they're all pretty happy, so sweet babies. And what's really neat about this system is how fast the calves catch on to it. For the first 10 days of life, we actually house them individually in like what would be about like a crib or a pack and play. So that way we can really kind of monitor and watch them really closely, because as we know with newborns, there are a lot of things just to monitor and really make sure of. And on that 10th day, we introduce them to the calf feeder. And within 24 hours, these calves are so smart, they know how to use the system.
That's the part of the technology that I really enjoy seeing, is that these calves, we feel like on our farm, thrive more, because if they don't want to eat at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when it's 100 and whatever degrees outside, then at 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, they can get up and they can eat, and it's available for them.
Like most farms all over the country, we have a nutritionist on staff. Our nutritionist is actually our veterinarian, so he visits the farm on a weekly basis. Cows are the greatest recyclers our dairy cows or ruminants in general are great recyclers, because we feed oranges. We feed the outside rind of the orange, which if it wasn't for a dairy cow, they would end up in a landfill.
And as you can see, they're doing just fine. So they've got all their friends. And cows are herd animals. And a herd animal means that they enjoy, stop it, they enjoy being with other cows.
Every day we're making sure that things are working the way they should to ensure this world that what we're doing on this farm is sustainable for many, many years to come.
And that's what the consumers of Florida need to understand is the milk produced that they buy in the store is produced by families just like ours. You know, it doesn't matter if it's in Okeechobee or Mayo or Jacksonville, all the way out to Tallahassee. It's produced on folks that care for their animals and care for their land. in the great state of Florida.